I take it for granted, honestly, most of the time until I come back and see it and the land and how wide open it is and just how quiet it is here and peaceful. And I took it for granted, but I do cherish it now that I look back on it, that I grew up around horses and cattle and the Western lifestyle.
Down here is a riverbed where me and my brother and my Uncle Shannon would go down there and swim in the hot summer days when we weren't riding. Is where we bucked out those donkeys when we were really little and just being little boys, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't trying to be a bull rider then, I was just having fun.
And Stetson Lawrence takes the wild ride aboard Wild Goose, and yes, the riders are on the board.
My grandparents' place is in Whitehorse, South Dakota, which is central South Dakota, pretty much an hour from any really civilized town, to be honest. I think the population is maybe a couple hundred, if that.
When I started, I had 50 head. They growed up on a horse. You could just picture we'd ride up here, check cows and that.
I just learned how to ride horse and ranch from my grandpa every summer.
You always have to work. I don't know, ever since he was a little guy, till he's that big now.
I remember last summertime we were down there and this guy wouldn't even pack us lunch. Just a gallon of water and a bag of seeds, that was it.
That's what you call cowboy, yeah.
Here we go, Joy Lawrence, 10 North Dakota cowboy.
Stetson grew up in a rodeo family with his dad being a bull rider as well, and his grandmother and grandfather both in the rodeo scene, his mom as well. So it kind of was Stetson's whole life.
This is Stetson Lawrence. You entered the steer riding today. What do you think? How you gonna do on your steer today?
Actually, again,
All right.
we all high school rodeoed, junior rodeoed, youth rodeos. We all rodeoed together. In the junior rodeos, we pretty much entered every event.
To be Stetson Lawrence. Yes, boy, you talk bull riding country up there, Trent.
My brother's a good bull rider, my dad's a good bull rider, so I put a little effort into it in high school and I won a couple events here and there. Went to state. Growing up in Trenton, North Dakota, I never did think that I could get out and be famous. Just a kid having fun.
Sometimes in life, we get thrown obstacles and we get dealt hands, and we don't like the cards that are in them. We take hard blows. Well, when Stetson was in high school, he took the hardest blow he's probably had in his life by losing his mom, Leva.
It was just out of nowhere, heart failure, and she was in the passenger seat and she just took one big gasp of air and that was it.
Leva was the rock of the family. She was the glue of the family. Her kids were her life.
My mom did everything for us. I always tell him I was his #1 fan, but Mom really was his #1 fan.
My mom had a big influence on the bull riding, and just because I could full out just lay my life on the line because I knew she was watching over me. And it was my way of communicating with my mom, I guess.
Stetson takes great pride when he does ride a big ride, or he brings home a buckle, or he just does something good in everyday life. He knows that Leva's looking down and she's smiling on him. And he does, he rides for her.
I worked in construction for 2.5 years, then I worked in the oil field for about 2.5 years again, and then as I was leaving every weekend, going to bull ridings, they told me either choose work or riding bulls. I went and chased my dream.
Stetson told his employer that he wouldn't be working anymore and he was going to pursue his bull riding full time. Within about a 1.5 year time span, he was, for the next 9, almost 10 years, he was on tour with the PBR.
92.25.
And when you hear me talk all the time about not giving up on your event,
anytime you see somebody that comes onto the sport like he did, I mean, like I said, I think he won 5 or 6 events in a row, and anybody that's watching, that makes you a fan really quick. And so for me at 18 years old, seeing him do it, you know, that fired me up to do it the exact same way.
Once the music turns on, basically I shut my brain off and just go into a zone where I'm not thinking and I'm just relying on my ability and strength to do whatever the bull does and match every move he makes.
We'd see him getting ready on TV. She would go in the back room and hide and sit there and pray. And then she would yell from the back room, "Did he go? Did he go?"
To make the PBR finals once is quite a feat. To make the PBR finals 10 times like Stetson did is something to be proud of. It's something that everybody shoots for. When the whistle blew and he was still on the back one, everybody wanted to see that dance and everybody was cheering. And
The celebratory dance from Stetson, 89.5.
The Firewalker dance, yeah, I started playing that tribal music before I got on just because I liked it and it pumped me up and, you know, give back to my heritage. And Flint Rasmussen, the clown, he's like, if you're gonna play that music and you ride, you gotta do the dance.
The first man ever to conquer Mind Freak, and just like you thought, J-Dub, things set up perfectly for Stetson.
It's true what they say. It's not if you get hurt, it's when and how bad.
you can't really even give Jose his due on that bull.
Oh gosh, that was a horrible landing for Stetson.
Stetson just kind of had a bad go at one and got brought to the ground in a pretty rapid force.
Stetson initially injured his neck in Tulsa, Oklahoma, not long after he came back from his shoulder surgery. Landed on his head. He had an injury at C6-7 where he had a fracture.
After I broke my neck, everything seemed surreal because I was like, okay, well, if you're gonna do this, like, you gotta do it. There's no half-assing it because if you land on your head again, you got a plate and 6 screws in your neck. It's not gonna work out that great.
When Stetson broke his neck, there were many times we didn't think he was gonna come back. Stetson just had determination to overcome that, work harder.
He started rehabbing that injury almost right away. And then he came back. I think he got on his first bull in December. And then Indianapolis in January was his first PBR back.
Keep working! Hustle! Keep working! Hey, yeah!
Put some time into being a professional athlete and taking that as like ownership to where I showed up and I wanted to win and I prepared to win.
Jesus may have just taken Lawrence to the promised land. If it's more than 86 3/4, there's a lead change.
He should scream to the top of the leaderboard right here.
When you're injured, you get a certain number of events when you come back to work your way up into the standings. So he only had 3 events left to make his way back up.
Leading into Chicago, there's like, it's either do or die. You gotta ride to move on and stay on tour, or you don't. And first round was successful, it was 86. Second round is a good bull I've always wanted to get on. I think I was 87.
comes back in the 15-15 and just rides one that not a lot of people ride and made it look pretty dang easy.
Short round, I've always wanted to get on Big Black. First time I've ever been on him, and I think I was 91.
He was just lights out all weekend long, and then just to seal the deal on Big Black in the short round, I mean, you could just tell the emotion that was running through him. I mean, I think that showed the kind of man that he was and that he is. When push him in a corner, he's going to come out swinging, and he did in true form.
As Lawrence heads to the top of the leaderboard.
The cool thing is he just kept delivering, you know? He just kept riding so consistently. And they were good rides on good bulls.
Stetson Lawrence is on fire, and the Firewalker gets to celebrate.
Stetson was at the top of his game. He was in the best physical condition of his career. He was having the best season of his career in the PBR and riding bulls until injury took it away from him.
Focus throughout the course of rides.
And just we can only hope that Stetson is merely dazed.
Land funny and not be able to move. I mean, that's a pretty scary feeling.
Stetson laid on the arena floor and he couldn't move for quite a while. And then when we heard where the fracture was, I knew there was always a chance, you know, paralysis.
At that point, Stetson needed to retire. He is at a higher risk of a catastrophic injury, that is an injury where he could injure the spinal cord, in which case he could be left with permanent paralysis.
It was tough to hear, but I know he didn't want to tell me either, so I'm glad he did.
Him retiring is definitely going to be a grieving process, especially because it's not a choice that he got to make.
There are so many that cannot wait until Sunday night to watch you ride. The fans love Stetson Lawrence.
I appreciate all you guys and the PBR. I've never dreamed of getting where I am in life. A little Indian kid at Trenton, North Dakota, and damn, look at me now.
I'm just so proud of him. He worked so hard. And he really deserved like every moment of success he got, and just being able to like watch your partner do what they love like that is really special.
Hey, Will, That's when you know you're in the right spot.
Kind of got me a little bit, but I just had to wait on him a little bit.
Yep, no, you did good. You did perfect.
Trying to get a bull riding school started in Bozeman there, and it ended up being the bull riders at the MSU college wanted some help.
Here, let me put this around your chest. I'm just gonna pull you back, so you have to really try to push this shoulder forward.
It was great to see young potential and guys interested in the sport.
Let's really try, get up on your knees there. There you go.
I think that even before his retirement, that is something that he's been doing, whether he knows it or not.
It's pretty tough, huh? Yeah. Heck yeah.
Stetson is resilient. Bull riding's his life. It's been his life. It's his love. I think he has a lot to offer the bull riding community.
Let's go have fun now. There you go. Hey, bull. Hey, oh shit. Go on, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep riding, keep riding. Let go, let go.
He can take that knowledge now and pass it on to other young riders. Give them the support and the encouragement.
That's exactly what y'all do.
Good ride. I'm more grateful than I cherish the time I got, to be honest. I mean, I'm just enjoying it and trying to be present and take full advantage of what's going on.
We're going to have a baby in March, and we just found out it's a girl. So we just kind of joked, that's gonna be our next great adventure together. And we'll probably be the only thing like as scary as him like riding bulls, so.
I'm very excited, and it's a new chapter in life, and it gives me something to look forward to.
You know, I'm excited to see what's next for Stetson too, because I think the best is yet to come.